Get some fucking skin in the game, my niggas. If you out here and you claiming to be talking about comedy or repping comedy or we're the voice of comedy, you're gonna have to choke a big black dick.
Me personally, I see something and I always look at it in a funny way. If it happens to me, that happens to me all the time. I've almost died more times than I can count.
Yeah, of course.
I make jokes about it all the time.
Because you see that there is humor in tragedy also.
Yeah.
How's the comedy week been for you, bro?
It was great.
It's actually been a really good week.
This is my best week so far.
We got some comments on YouTube. Let's see here. It's not the subject, it's the context and the intent or tone. I agree with that. Anything is fair game, but how you deliver it and what your intent behind it, you got to be aware enough to understand you're telling it to a live audience.
Hey, we have a lot of Canadians that watch us.
No, we have mostly Americans. Thank God. No, I'm
We have some
joking.
Canadian.
Oh, Canada.
Well, all of them say it.
Our nice and racist land. Our prime minister does blackface. That's why I gravitate towards Star Wars so much, because they take so much from all the spiritual faiths and practices and the mysticism and all that shit, and they just mishmash it. And the older I get, the more I learn about the actual history of that stuff, the more I see the hidden stories in all these major popular franchises and series and shows and video games and all this stuff.
These are both good fights.
Yeah?
Arnold Allen versus Giga Chikadze, good fight.
Giga Chikadze.
Giga, yeah.
It's Giga Chikadze.
Yeah.
I'm Giga Chikadze. I'm going to fight Arnold Allen. I'm going to fight my own Arnold.
Hey yo, it's Black Zeus, the podcast season 5. Welcome to the show where we talk about life, talk about the come up and sometimes we fight. But in the end it ain't a thing cause we ain't trying to be right. We're just old new niggas with another podcast. It's season 5, episode 26. If you don't believe in the maker, you will on the river Styx. Bitch, shut the fuck up and suck this dick quick. This episode is gonna be lit.
That rhymes. So, you know I'm not contractually obligated to be a good rhymer.
This is Black Zeus, the podcast season 5.
Black Zeus, the podcast season 5. Okay? What's with all the yelling? Bruh? What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Black Zeus, the podcast, season 5, episode 26. What was that I was rapping about? The river Styx. Will you go to heaven or go to hell? That's only something that time will tell. I'm not your maker, but I'm a god. I can make things or destroy them. Shut the fuck up. What's with all the goddamn yelling? Put my hat backwards so you can see my eyes. I'm as high as the sky. Smoking Canadian weed once again. The weed is my friend, and you are beautiful people. Catch me on Broadway. Never, nigga. This is the good, hot, exclusive content you guys only dream about and get once a week. Freshly delivered out the oven, bam, right to your door in that nice little heat box fucking thing that the delivery guys got. You know, the fucking bag that's padded with the NASA technology to keep your pepperoni piping hot. Piping hot pepperoni right to your door. God lost so many people. Oh my God. What's going on, beautiful people? I hope you've been having a good week. I hope your next week is even better than the last week, and it just keeps getting on better and better. But if you get down, don't forget that it's not all about the frowns. But you need the frowns sometimes to appreciate the smiles. And this has been the Health Minute with Zeus. Man, this is crazy. I gotta stop smoking the reefer before we record these episodes. Before I get into this shit, let's fucking do what I gotta do and promote some comedy. Thank you again for all the beautiful people that are checking in this week. Thank you to all the people that have hit the subscribe button, left the comments, voted on the weekly poll question. Thank you to all the fucking negatives. You know what I mean? I'm being more of a troll. I'm reverting into my older self, my younger self, when I was in high school and on 4chan. Niggas on 4chan, just like this. You're a bitch. No, you're an F word. No, you're a bitch F word. No, I'm gonna dox you. Are we allowed to say that? All right, well, we might be getting flagged. No, we should be all right. Anyways, thank you for all the people that have been doing that stuff that helps us fight Mr. Algorithm every week. We're fighting this nigga. Yeah, they're trying to keep a brother down, but we're trying to bring you that good comedy content. You know, that good comedy content, like when I break out into song. Oh no, is he doing it again? Not this shit again. Let's promote some shows. July 26th, I'm back at the Corner Comedy Club at 10 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Corner Comedy Club. Friday, July 26th, 10 p.m. show. I'll be dropping a hot 15-minute set there. And I'll have other shows to promote as well. But also, the day after, Saturday, July 27th, I return to the Zoetic Theater as part of a freaking amazing lineup of comedians headlined by the mayor of comedy, Sandra Battolini. Ladies and gentlemen, absolute pleasure to be working with this cast of people. Angelica Scanura, Sandro Veri, myself included. We will be the feature acts as the lovely, the talented, the amazing Sandra Battolini headlines and closes out the night. This will be an amazing night of comedy. If you're in the Hamilton area, go get your tickets. Check out Sandra Battolini on all social media. You can find your tickets to her event there. That's July 27th at the Zoetic Theater in Hamilton, Ontario. Sandra Battolini headlines featuring myself, Sandra. Damn, I did it. That's the weed. Angela Scanura and Sandro Veri. All right. Next, let's go to August. This is what I'm gonna promote right now. August 10th, I'm doing a Ryan Dillon show at the John Candy Box Theater in Second City, downtown Toronto. That'll be at 7:30. I will most likely be on at the Corner also that night. I will obviously update with the time when I get it. And the 16th and 17th of August, I will be at Yuck Yucks Niagara Falls. If you're in the Niagara Falls area, just a tourist or just a local, or you're within driving distance and you want to see the old boy Zeus, go up there and kill the stage. Murderer. I'm the lyrical gangster. Murderer. Let's get this show on the road, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the shows that I want to promote, and I just promoted them. The studio is already heating up. Too many lights on your boy. Too many lights on your boy. Too many. Damn it, that's just the fucking show intro. I was gonna kick a freestyle. Let's see if I can. Too many. No, I stopped. I'm done. I'm out. We're just gonna keep this train rolling. Here to help me talk about comedy and break down what the fuck we've been up to in the land of comedy. What have we been watching? Playing, perhaps. Any niggerish activities? What the fuck have y'all been up to? You know that I don't do this alone. I do this with the number one producer in the game. Why have I turned into Wink Yahoo from Uh-Oh? This nigga's typing. Is he ready? He's waiting. Coming in at number 13, starting at number 13, he is point guard / producer videographer. Dante's in the studio. What? Is that a meme? Is that just you? Autism, ladies and gentlemen. This episode brought to you by Dante's Autism, ladies and gentlemen. How you living, bruh? Oh, I got my dreads on the mic.
Blessed and highly favored, my G.
Blessed and highly favored. What you been up to? What you been watching? What you been playing? What you been relaxing?
I've been watching.
Not interested. I'm
Haven't been playing that much.
What's the last game you played?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Really? Damn, I'm actually jealous. I was ready to call you a nerd. I'm actually mad. I want to play a samurai game. I almost got it on PC.
Yeah.
But why would I do that? This is my dumb brain. I have it.
Yeah, I know.
I have the game.
You just don't play it.
Correct. I haven't even beaten it. I'm like 2/3 of the way through.
You did 2 islands?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm almost at the 3rd island.
Okay.
But what pissed me off, I slowly worked my way. You know what? Actually, I probably still have a lot to do on that 2nd island because I 100%ed the 1st island before I left it.
Yep.
Then you get to the 2nd island. Then it's like, hey, my nigga.
You thought that was a lot.
Oh, that shit you just did was just undone. No, it was fucking you have to go back now. And then all this stuff because I 100%ed the island.
Yeah. Like you explored it all.
I explored it all, but I
all the
also
haikus.
reclaimed all the territories or the farms
villages
and the villages and
yeah.
the camps and all that shit. And then all the farms get taken over again as soon as you get to the 2nd island. I'm like, fuck. I just did that.
Yeah. Imagine how Jin Sakai feels.
You're goddamn with the laugh. Ah, that's so good, you son of a bitch. No, that game is fire. I have no bad words to say about Ghost of Tsushima. If you're into samurai, top notch. If you're actually a samurai aficionado, you know, not just even the blades. Do you like the movies, the old Japanese movies, the Kurosawas? There's a whole Kurosawa mode. That's what like hooked me, bro. That's when I knew that they were gonna take care of that game.
Yeah.
When they're like, so sorry for giving this piece. Kurosawa mode, the black and white.
Yeah. Not even just black and white, but black and white and grainy.
With the grain and
the sound effects.
The sound effects,
Yeah.
the little grain.
Yeah.
They did a great job. And when you take off the black and white anyways, it looks gorgeous.
It's amazing. It's so colorful.
Yeah, very colorful.
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima. We have not been paid by Sony, ladies and gentlemen. just a couple of black nerds. I know you just finished Star Wars: The Acolyte. Nerd. So have I. Double nerd. Yo, this is good weed, bro. You can tell it's a sativa because it's like, I'm like.
I don't even know what that means. You know it's good when you're.
Can you timestamp that for me? I'm gonna need that clip.
You know, so funny. The last timestamp I have says Texas meets Canadian weed.
Sounds about right. There's about 18 weed timestamps per episode. No, we just finished Star Wars: The Acolyte. It just finished. We finished also with it. Let's do the rating system. Let's describe the positives, the negatives. Let's describe how it fits into the Star Wars universe, man. Let's just be nerds. I don't know what any of this is. I don't know what any of this. This is easily one of the worst episodes this season so far. Hands down. Hands down. But I'm owning it. Go fuck yourselves, niggas and niggettes. I was just in the joke world fucking comment section trolling a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What are they saying?
One person agreed with me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I'm like,
What did you say?
oh, damn, I think I went into like 3 videos.
You went into 3 different videos?
Who was the conversation we had that we started talking about like trolling and shit? It was the boss when we were. We'll talk about it in the comedy recap. But
Yeah.
it just got. You know what? I'm like, yeah, bro. I was a little internet troll. Like, let's go stir up some shit.
That's so after that episode.
And I hopped into the comment section on his page. I'm like, oh yeah, the Comedy Sports Center.
Yeah.
Here we go. It's fucking Stavros and this and that. It's just like, you know, the generic shit that I've been saying. You talk about Joe Rogan and his crew, but you can't claim to know about all comedy. Oh, you're just going at something like one guy is like, you know what comedy is. You put your thing up behind a Patreon or whatever. I'm like, oh, congrats. A human being discovers an artist like asking for money for their art.
Yeah.
And then they tried to come back at me. You're just going at somebody successful, and I just put laughy faces. Like I'll just be like.
Zeus is backsliding.
I was stirring the pot. And then there was other people in the comment section. It's like, yeah, because one of the comments was under like the Shane Gillis and Adam Ray Kill Tony video that he released.
Okay, yeah.
And obviously that is one of the funniest things that's going around right now. Anyways. Yeah. And one person commented is like, yo, this is legit one of the funniest things though, but I do see where you're coming from. People see that you ain't shit in this comedy game. Get some fucking skin in the game, my niggas. If you out here and you claiming to be talking about comedy or repping comedy or we're the voice of comedy, you're gonna have to choke a big black dick. Cause you don't represent shit. Bitch. The fuck out of here talking about your opinion. You don't know goddamn thing about this beautiful thing of ours. So, Star Wars Acolyte. What'd you think?
Mid.
6? 7?
4.
4. That's not mid. That's below mid. It's below average.
Below average. Okay. Yeah.
I'll give it a 6.5. No halves. That's my rule.
You're also biased.
I give it. Yeah, I like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like good stuff.
It will like. I give it a 6 because of what it kind of helps make sense in the larger canon.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Nerd. But yeah, just the fucking Palpatine. Like they're finally starting to actually show how Anakin was born and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting enough.
Yeah,
it was boring mostly.
I just think it was done
they
poorly.
They retreaded a lot.
What do you mean by that?
Like they just went over the same story beats over and over. I get it. They're doing a different. Here's a perspective of the Jedi, and here's a perspective of the witches, and here's the perspective of the children, and here's the perspective of the ocean.
Yeah,
I'm like, nigga, shut the fuck up, bro. You could have made all the different perspective things more precise and condensed it maybe into 1 to 2 episodes, maybe. But there were straight up 3 episodes where you're seeing the same
series of events.
Exactly, just from a different perspective.
Yeah.
And then literally that could have been done in 1 episode. And I feel like that would have made a really strong episode as opposed to 3 okay episodes.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was... Spoiler alert for Star Wars The Acolyte. They brought in the Yoda at the end. So for me, what I personally like is that they're finally showing how the Jedi really ain't shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is what I grew up loving the Jedi. Da-da-da, this and that. Oh, fucking Darth Vader is evil, this and that. But then, you know, the older you get, the more you come to understand life.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, oh, I like that this show depicted the Jedi being just fucking regular dumbasses.
Yeah.
That are making their own decisions based off of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also like, you know, I'm one of them. I got copper rings on and shit right now. So when they start throwing out the yin yang shit, and I'm a sucker for that. When you start talking about like Taoism and fucking Buddhism and when they get heavy on the occultism.
Yeah.
And I'm not watching Star Wars just being like, yes, they're only talking about the Force. No, I'm catching whatever I'm catching. I'm sure I'm not catching everything. But I like that I grew up liking Star Wars enough to know the lore of it. And then all the, like, you know, occult and religious and all of that life hippie shit that I've come into in my own life personally. Also converging with that. It's a convergence or a vergence or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, is that like that space, that spot they need a vertices?
Yeah, we suck. This is officially the worst Star Wars looking. Was there any parts of the series that you liked?
I liked that one fight scene in the forest. That was sick.
You only liked one fight scene? I thought they had a few decent lightsaber.
That's the main
fights.
one. That one was sick. Like that was actually sick.
The one with Kilnasa or whatever, the
Kilnaka.
Kilnaka. Yeah.
Kill NASA. Kill NASA. This guy's so anti-establishment.
This-
Kill NASA.
Kill NASA.
No.
Well, we ain't killing Nakas.
No. That's so funny. When the dude with the mask, he took on like all like 12 Jedis.
Yeah, okay, in the forest. That was like the first major.
That one was sick. Because they
lightsaber
dedicated
duel.
a whole episode to that fight scene.
That was some of those deaths were some of the
sick.
best Star Wars deaths of all time.
I know. Where he force pulled.
So how can you say it's it had some of the best Star Wars deaths and maybe some of the best fight scenes in a
that
long
was sick.
time.
That was sick. I'll give it that. Everything else, garbanzo beans.
But the occultism.
Yeah, okay.
All right, fine. Fair enough.
Occultism is cool too. But like,
but the occultism.
but the rest of the episodes, like, I just like, bruh, this one Soul, he's so whiny throughout the whole episode.
I couldn't stand that motherfucker.
He like throughout the whole season.
I couldn't
just,
stand most of the characters.
Yeah, just whiny and complaining.
And then
Like
there
the
was-
only people that were sensible, which is funny, were the dark side people.
But that's the occult shit.
Yes. Like the dark side people, they're calm, they're rational, but then the Jedis are like, no, like we must not do this for our emotion, but all they do is all emotion.
I appreciate how in Star Wars canon now there is the setup as to how the Jedi really have been a fucking corrupt douchebaggery force of like religious policing, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Going out and wiping out all the other force users while saying that you can only be a force user through our force use. That's kind of like religion. It's pretty much religion.
Yeah.
God is through our God, but there is only one God, our God. Their gods are not the God, but we all pray to the same God. But the messenger for God is only our messenger. Their messenger is not the right messenger. Our messenger is believe the message we gave. By the way, our people are pedos and other things. Can you timestamp that? And and our religious institutes are corrupted by money and sexual activities. You think that pause is long enough?
No.
Timestamp that for me too, please.
That's so funny.
Anyways, but our religious institution doesn't have any of that PDF file stuff, but we do have our own things. But don't look at any of the synchronicities between all of the religions. Only look at the fact that our one religion is the religion, which should be your religion. Religion it up. Or maybe they're all saying the same thing at their core. Blasphemy! Kill thy Negro! He speaketh the truth. That Canadian weed forketh of the tongue. They speaketh the truth. I don't know what the fuck scene that was, but enjoy that. That's on Tubi, that one. Direct to Tubi. All right. Anything else?
Well, like, are you gonna finish up on the Acolyte? Like, are you done with it?
I feel like that was a wrap up, no? Didn't really wrap it up? I gave it a rating. I said how I felt about it. You gave it a rating. You said how you felt about it.
Yeah.
What else needs to be said?
What do you expect for season 2?
No, okay. I also didn't really say I said what I liked about it. Did we say what we don't like about it?
I said I didn't like how whiny the people were.
To be fair, I also agree with that. The character writing was kind of abysmal. But the lore backfilling is what I was interested in.
Mm-hmm.
What do I see for season 2? Well, obviously they showed Yoda and they showed Darth Plagueis.
That's who that was.
The guy in the shadows. Darth Plagueis, the wise.
So who's he?
He's Emperor Palpatine's master.
Oh.
He's who taught Palpatine. And they together tried to create a vergence in the Force.
Yeah, they tried to create what the twins
So that they
were.
could live forever. Correct.
Yes.
And that's really only the new trilogy that they created. They brought all this hoopla bullshit in without really giving it any backstory. And that's what like the Star Wars shows have had the unfortunate fucking duties of having to do. like fill in all these holes
Okay.
that were created by the modern Star Wars trilogy
Okay.
that everybody hates.
Yep.
Somehow Palpatine returned. That's like a famous fucking bullshit line out of the movie. That's how they explain Palpatine coming back. Somehow Palpatine
He came back
returned.
in the new trilogy?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that.
And that's where that's the first time anybody ever said virgins or any of that shit. A Force dyad.
Yeah.
There's a dyad again in the Force. That was fucking, I'm such a nerd. Nerd!
So you think they're going to run more with that if there even is a season 2?
If there is, but they're gonna, I think Palpatine shows up somewhere midway or by the end of season 2. If Yoda shows up at the beginning, Palpatine's gonna have to be there somewhere. Because, like, I think this show takes place between 2 of the movies in the original trilogy.
Between.
Yeah, I'm almost 100% of that.
Okay.
But
So, sorry.
wait, no. I'm sorry. That's the video game that's coming out. That's Star Wars Outlaws.
Okay. This is way earlier.
Acolyte takes place like hundreds of years before.
Yeah, because
The
you said
original trilogy,
Palpatine
yeah.
was the Emperor's master.
And that's why I'm like, maybe Palpatine doesn't show up. Because he would be
maybe
not
he shows up
born
as a
yet.
kid.
That'd be hilarious. It's like baby Palpatine cameo.
Yeah.
That's fucking whack. Anyway,
And
this
he's
is
just
too
like
much-
in the
This
background.
is too much Star Wars talk. Most people do not give a fuck. They're like, I thought this was a comedy channel, you bitch. All this fucking shit talking you're doing on other people's pages. I don't see any fucking comedy, you fucking black nerds. Watch the N-words. Let's do a segment that we do here every week. This is ultimate. This is ultimately what the podcast is about. It's actually chronicling and following and documenting our come up as comedians. I brought Dante further into the game. This nigga is all the way in now. He's a bitch nigga. Stuck. But together we will succeed. Yeah, we all stuck, bro. We all bitch niggas stuck. I'm trying to take my shoes off. The studio's getting hot. All right, shoes are off. Revealing too much about the show right now. Let's do fucking comedy recap. Let's talk about the lost souls of comedy, ourselves included. The poor suckers that decided to do not even just art, performance art. What morons. But we're following our hearts. How's the comedy week been for you, bro?
It was great.
It's actually been a really good week.
This is my best week so far.
I'm excited now that you're doing more comedy that we can actually like start to chronicle your, because you're obviously fresher in the game.
Yes.
So it's fun to get the duality of like where I'm at and trying to break through the next fucking plateau.
Yeah.
And you're just trying to create like your voice still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I like that. That's follow our shit. Nigga, subscribe.
That's what's known as a Force dyad.
I sense a dyad in the Force. It's these 2 Negroes. One is new comedy and the other one is old comedy. Figure it out, niggas. Good. Use your anger. Feel the power of the dark side. I'm afraid my little thing is fully operational. How did we get back to Star Wars? God damn it. Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? I'm too high. It's too hot. How many shows did you do this past week?
Dose.
That's way more than you did last week.
Yeah, I made up for it.
That's 200 times the amount. I think you did no sets last week, no?
Yeah, but 200 times 0.
All right, well, that's whatever, nigga.
I don't know.
You-
I did 2
Yeah,
shows.
because if you had done 1 show versus none, then that's 100 times more. So doing 2 shows,
What's 100 times 0?
well, that would be 0, no?
Yeah, so if I did 100 times more than 0, I'd still be at 0. I just did one
Man, you
more
did 2 sets
yeah.
versus
You're
no
saying
sets.
200%. I did 2 shows.
I think that still works, though, no? The 200%?
I don't know if it mathematically. I don't know. Just one
Somebody
times
call
one
Neil
equal
deGrasse
two.
Tyson.
Call Terrence Howard.
Get Terrence Howard, Joe Rogan on the line. Put him in a room. Have him figure out 1 + 1 first, and then get to our stupid ass fucking dilemma afterwards. Both open. No, one was a book. One was a book show.
One was a book show.
And what was a mic?
One was a mic.
Did you work on shit at the open mic that you did at the book show?
I did.
So how was that process for you?
It was fun. I mean, because one of the things that I did was I did something topical.
What was it?
I talked about, Mr. Orange
Yeah.
getting shot.
All right.
Well, he got hit, but you know what I mean.
I'm hit.
So I did that at the open mic.
Yeah.
Tried out the premise, got some laughs. I'm like, sick. I'm gonna do this tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then I did it the next day, and it got an even bigger laugh.
Was it the next day? Oh yeah, the mic was Thursday,
Yeah.
and then the show was Friday.
Mm-hmm.
That must have been fun.
Yeah.
Was that your first back-to-back nights of shows?
Yep.
Yeah, you starting to get in. It's gonna go like this.
And I unlocked a new skill. I went down a new tree. Like,
I
when
went down a new tree.
like a skill tree for all the gamers out there.
Okay, I see. I
So
went down a new tree.
I climbed up a new tree, whatever.
No, that makes sense. When you break it down like video games.
So like I got further into the game where I reached a new point where I could start to go down, and it only happened on the paid show, right? So I was doing my jokes, and then I was a little bit more loosey gooseier on stage.
Fuck, okay.
And
whatever that means.
I was more chill.
Oh, okay. Why don't you just say that? Loosey goosey. I don't know what the hell's going on there. It sounds like you were doing drugs.
Loosey goosey. You're relaxed.
Oh my god! Don't ever do that again.
Anyways, so I was a lot more chill, and one of the things, while I was up there, I was doing my jokes,
Yeah.
and then I made like just a face with no words, and then that got laughs.
This is adorable. I feel like I'm watching you just learning to walk.
No, literally. So I'm like, so now I have this new path that I can go down with just facial expressions.
Was there a setup to the facial expression? Was the facial expression tied to a joke or a punchline?
It was tied to a joke, like in between jokes. And I this is why I wish I had it recorded, because I just threw it out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was looking at the audience. I don't even remember the face that I did. You know what I mean? But they just started laughing. And I was like,
but you did a face on purpose.
On purpose. And like I just did a face. I was like, whatever, whatever I did.
Yeah.
And then they laughed. I was like, sick.
I like that you don't know fully why, but like, I unlocked a new thing.
Yeah, I unlocked the new skills.
It's like you got the skill, but you don't know fully how to ignite. It's like a Supercell, the beginning of Supercell.
Yeah, exactly.
You just unlocked your powers, but it's like, wait, I don't know how to activate it like on purpose yet.
So that was like something new.
I feel like that's in line with your Walmart bit. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like the reverse thing of what happened with the Walmart joke, where like you said you phrased going on a date at Walmart in such a way, but you were oblivious to it.
To why that was funny.
But this way, like you actually came in knowing that the face was a thing you wanted to do.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I didn't plan on I didn't do the face at the open mic.
So it was a riff.
It was a face riff.
It was a face riff.
And I tried a riff with the Walmart thing at the open mic.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I could probably do that at the show. But then I forgot because the face riff worked somewhere. I don't know where, I don't even remember where in the set it was. I think it was like earlier on, like 20% through, maybe like 2 minutes.
Did you do a whole 5 minutes at the
Yeah.
book show? Okay.
Yeah, whole 5 minutes. So like maybe a
You
minute.
feel more comfortable doing 5 minutes now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel more comfortable because I have more than 5 minutes. Right?
Yeah, that'll make you feel more comfortable for sure.
Yeah, if I had 3 minutes like the first time, I remember like
The first time you did 5 minutes, you didn't have 5 minutes. Hey man, that's how you learn though.
yeah, so now I have more than 5 minutes So I'm like,
As long as it's not a situation where you're actually like negatively affecting future bookings or like a perception or whatever.
Mhm.
But like doing it at a level that doesn't actually count. Not that it doesn't count, but like you know what I mean. Like there's no high stakes.
yeah,
That's where you fucking do all that shit.
yeah.
So yeah, Center for Talking Arts. You were at Thursday,
Mhm.
and then a Bossa show,
And I went up first, Center for Talking Arts.
and you went up first at a Bossa show.
Yes,
Yeah,
but I think it's different at an open mic, because like a boss goes up and does 20.
yeah, but the host also goes up and does 10 or whatever, 5-10.
At the okay, but they at the Center for Talking Arts they were doing something different.
Well, it's a mic, so
But
like,
they had
they're just
three.
going up
No,
and-
they had 3 hosts on the stage.
at the same time.
Yeah,
they were really doing something different that night.
Yeah.
Man, they're just up for just trying random shit out.
Yeah.
It's interesting. That place is very interesting.
And then I went up and
Yeah.
then I did like a little joke off of what they were doing.
Yeah.
For Center for Talking Arts. So like that like got me on the wave of laughter because I started with something related to what they were doing,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was able to kind of surf that through the set.
Okay. Way to go. Keep that shit up.
Yeah,
Momentum is everything, bro. And especially in this goddamn game, bro. Momentum is
I
everything.
might have to buy my own set of mics though.
Maybe.
Because if I go and record, like I should have recorded those sets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I might have to grab a
It's a good cheap investment, bro. You missed
Yeah.
Amazon days. Prime days.
Prime Day. Fuck Prime Day.
Yeah, shout out to Abbas Wahab. Got the homie represented on the wall now. He signed it for me and everything.
Sick.
That's the poster for his tour, his first American tour. Shout out to the homie. We linked up with him in Austin, Texas. You'll see more of that footage releasing over periods of time here on the channel. So make sure you're locked in. Hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, and hit the like button. Help us fight Mr. Algorithm every day. If you want to see some real comedy content, get some interviews from people all over the space of comedy, not just at the highest levels, but at the highest levels and all the way down to the slums. You're locked into the right place. This is a comedy channel run by comedians for real comedy fans. Hit that subscribe, check the Patreon out, and support any way you can. Love y'all. Anyways, back to the comedy recap. Spent Thursday at the Corner Comedy Club. Spent Friday all day pretty much with Dante and Abbas. We rolled into Abbas's studio and recorded an episode of his podcast. Then we hung out for a bit and linked up with him at his show, Abbas Wahab and Friends at Free Times Cafe. Then I was just at the Corner Comedy Club once again last night. And yeah, I think I briefly talked about it last week because I had my first set back from the trip last week. But this is my first full week back and just compacted all the shows into like 3 days. Smokes weed. That's what I do. But yeah, I don't even know how to describe. I mean, I do, but I don't necessarily know that I want to describe it all because some of the process is just for me still, you know what I mean?
For sure.
But this feels like one of those growth spurts, which I've had many of. You have the spurt and then you have the plateau period where you're kind of ruminating, you're building up new skills, just before it starts to feel like you're fucking about to kill yourself because nothing's happening. Boom, an opportunity shoots you up to the next fucking plateau. Then you're stagnant, or not stagnant, but you know, da-da-da-da. So I've been at this level of like just like plateau, but like accumulated a ton of skills and knowledge and connections, and just locked in even more so on vision and understanding of what I want out of this. And I have yet to get that propel, like that rocket propel boost until that Austin trip. And then that Austin trip was literally like the first time I've ever had NOS in the tank.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? So it's like you get to, yeah.
We need a NOS button.
Yeah, that like
fucking Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious.
Mouse button.
And then they zoom in all the
Yeah.
way and show you all the
Yeah.
the friggin' gear shifts and all that shit. It's so funny, bro. That's the best way I can describe it, though. For the first time in 13 years, I had a rocket jetpack propulsion system.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd actually like, but what's even crazier is that, okay, I was in that plateau period and then shooting up to the next phase or whatever, the next skill level, the next area of opportunities, whatever that may be. But it was also a different sensation because this was also the first time that everything I had done before, because all of my accolades or whatever, my accomplishments and my click ups have all been within the Canadian comedy space, which, like I've said on my socials, like I said on the podcast, nothing that we do in Canada counts other than the fact that you are accumulating skill. So that does count.
And
so
stage time
and stuff. But what I mean by nothing counts is your credits. None of that means shit when you get to the big leagues, like where the real industry is, where the real opportunities are, where not even just the industry, you can succeed outside of the industry technically in the States. You don't have to go the Hollywood route in the States, and you could be a working club comic because the infrastructure is there. And I had never gotten to experience that even at the surface level. But then to get to see the comedy slums out there, and then also get to see the middle class, and then also get to be around people like Russell Peters, Brian Holtzman and shit, like Jason Rouse, showing us this real fucking big boy shit, which is where we belong and where we've been saying we're getting to actually get there is a different experience. And one that I didn't put any expectations on, because I've just learned that over time not to do that. But also being aware of the opportunities that were in front of us. I think there's a fine line. So many people that make it or get some stardom or get whatever, like notoriety and fame or whatever, like the click up, the major click up where you can start to sell tickets to your thing, and not even just comedy, but in any really entertainment medium or outlet, musician, whatever the fuck. So many people don't recognize that the moments don't last forever, so they think that their fame is going to be there. Like they think they're gonna have a career like a Snoop where they're famous for fucking 5 decades.
It's just crazy.
You know what I mean? Like that's like, you gotta not have expectations like that. Sure, maybe have them confidently, privately, but I don't necessarily think pushing that as an image out there is the best course of action, because 98% of the examples that you got tell you otherwise, you know? So I like to always be aware of what's happening for me as it's happening while enjoying the moment, not taking myself out of it and being like, yo, yeah, this is fucking, I'm still in the moment and enjoying it, but also being aware of the fact that, yo, like, get the most out of this shit that you can, because who's to say that you ever get these opportunities again? Like, low expectations, but a high belief.
High faith.
High faith. Nah, it's not even a faith, bro, because faith is not knowing. Faith is faith. I know now.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
faith.
Is it?
Yeah, because you believe in something. Full stop. Like it's like,
But that's not faith.
it is.
that's knowing.
You have, but you have faith in what you know. You have
Okay.
faith in what you know is going to happen.
But then why would those two things be separate if they weren't the same? You have faith in what you know. Why would that? Is that not? That's what's it called? What's that word called? Redundant.
I think faith is something that is over a period of
Intangible,
time.
like intangible.
But it's a belief in something over a period of time that's intangible. In a way, like you it is tangible, but you don't really see all the details.
Yeah, like
Right. So you have to know it's going to happen. You have to be able to like see in the darkness and know, like, I'm walking through the darkness and I know I'm not going to,
but that's knowing.
but it's faith as well. At least from my perspective.
I get it though, because you can't 100% know. You know? But can you?
No. You can't 100% know.
I don't know. Yeah, I just saw something. This is a complete side note, but I just saw some, like, it was like a BBC fucking news story or whatever. There's a, like, elementary school out in Europe where they straight up, it's not a Jedi school, but when they described what they're doing, you know how when Jedi do the sensory test and they cover the pupil's eyes and then they have a screen in front of them and then the screen displays, like, multiple things, so it'll be like a fucking spaceship or an alien fucking animal or whatever, and the pupil is supposed to tell them what they see on the screen without being able to use their eyes.
Yes.
So it's all sent, like, bro, they do this in real life.
Yeah.
And the kids actually have, like, they get this shit right.
Yeah, because that's a real thing.
Of course. Yes, I'm just saying. I just learned about this being a school, bro. They have X-Men school.
Yeah, we don't have, because we have worker school. We have factory worker schools here.
They actually have Professor Xavier's Academy of the fucking whatever gifted.
Yeah. Because, like, those are senses that we're not really taught to believe in.
Of course. But then we get force-fed them through bullshit media like Star Wars.
Yes.
And here's me, a fan of Star Wars, knowing that. And this is why I look, like, when you hear words like occult or whatever on this podcast, oh, these guys are devil worshippers. You're ignorant as fuck. You don't even know, like, get your head out of your ass. Stop buying into dogma, which is a belief system that was given to you, not one that you ever thought to question or check and validate for yourself. Star Wars, especially, to me, that's why I gravitate towards Star Wars so much, because they take so much from all the spiritual faiths and practices and the mysticism and all that shit, and they just mishmash it. And the older I get, the more I learn about the actual history of that stuff, and the more I see, like, the hidden stories in all these major popular fucking franchises and series and shows and video games and all this stuff. So yeah, I'm a nerd. But I feel like I'm looking at shit through a different lens at this point. Like, yeah. Anyways, that's this week's comedy recap. Wherever you are, go check out some live comedy. It's the absolute best. Shout outs to The Corner. Shout outs to a boss for putting on an absolutely stellar night of shows. I guess I should talk a little bit about the shows. This is not the end of comedy recap. What the trip, and we talked about this last week, the Holtzman revelation and all that shit.
Yeah.
I have fully, like, man, it's you see, like, I'm having difficulty even finding the words to fully describe. We talked about Avatar state in the last few episodes of the podcast.
Yep.
Like, I'd say before the trip, when we talked about the Avatar state, especially now. Wait. Let me really think about what I want to say.
Yeah, really.
Because I was already able to tap into Avatar state on stage. I will concede to the fact that I wasn't doing it consistently. And that's where things like Nubian and Kenny telling me is like, yo, don't be as high. Over the years, I learned is like, okay, smoking weed actually drains me of not even my energy levels, but my desire to tap into the fucking crank it up to 11, which is where I shine the most on stage.
Yep.
Since the return of our trip, or from our trip, my sets have been so laser focused in terms of displaying my best attributes in, like I said last week, rinsing the joke and getting every last drop out of it.
Yeah.
Acting out every scenario, bringing people in, and it shows.
100. I saw it. Like I saw, because I didn't get to see the first time you did the full,
yeah, that was the
Texas white girl.
That was the set at Thursday's fucking Corner Comedy Club show where Derek unfortunately fucked up with the camera.
But I saw that at Free Ties. Smashed.
Like, bro, it's gotten applause breaks.
I know.
Like, it's got, like every time I tell it now.
Because I saw the earlier versions of it.
Yeah.
And now I see, now you really wrung you squeezed all the
and
the
that
juice
has
out
forced
of it.
me to really go through. So I'm working almost not backwards because I really challenged myself since coming back. I'm like, I wanna really get back to this new material that I'm working on, or not even necessarily all the material that I've been working on this new album for. But I wrote shit while we were in Texas. I've wrote stuff that I haven't touched at all yet. And because I've been working on this album material, I'm in a good place about it where I'll come back to it very soon because I want to get this album idea out. But I also wanted to challenge myself to make sure I'm like, yo, lock into getting in the rhythm of just new shit, old shit again. And I don't know, maybe this experience of Texas and some of the newer stories that I brought back on stage just tie in so well. You know what I also challenged myself with this past weekend at the corner? I did one time that Texas white girl joke because it wasn't originally a Texas. It had nothing to do with Texas.
Yeah, I know.
So
That's why
I took those beats and I actually chopped the joke into two parts. So part of it is in Texas and part of it is a story that happened out here.
Yes.
But I just interchanged like the pillowcase part and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So I brought that into the local story, but I gave it context
Of Texas.
with the Texas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that fucking man, like I feel like I'm new in comedy all over again in terms of my excitement levels. But
You just found a new skill tree to go down.
But I'm not. Like, to bring it to some Tao Te Ching shit,
Oh yeah, so you've been posting that a lot.
bruh.
It's fire
And-
book,
and
right?
now I know where Bruce Lee got that be like water.
Oh yeah.
That's Tao,
That's
bro.
Tao, yeah.
I'm
Be formless.
formless.
Yeah.
And this is I'll cap the comedy recap with this.
Whoa, you're adding a form to it now. No, I'm joking.
No, but it's actually displaying how I've been formless. Where I'm saying, because I really like when I get into like, and it works when I really am locked into the jokes. When I get into a more calm energy on stage, I get on the stool and I bring the energy down.
Yeah.
I'm all calm and cool, collected, but then I get all fucking. I've usually thrived by picking one lane or the other. When I tried to mix it before, varied results.
Okay.
Sometimes it's hit, sometimes it's miss, or the set just has a mishmash energy in terms of laughter because it's never a bad set, but it's never the level of laughter and consistency as when I pick either high energy or chill energy.
Got you.
And high energy works like 99% of the time. I'll give it that 1% offshoot, but chill energy works for me right now about 70% of the time. 30%, I'm still figuring. But since I've been back, since you've been gone, bruh, I've been seamlessly. And that's where I feel like this avatar state, I really got a lock on it. Where maybe before I learned how to access avatar state, but now I'm just at a blink, boom, I'm in avatar state, and here's earth, water, fucking air, like fire, all at once, nigga. Just
Yeah.
I'll put some of my my recent sets at the beginning of this episode because I'm gonna release them as material, like as comedy clips this week anyways. So I'll put one of the portions of my corner comedy club set at the beginning of this, but I still gotta watch Free Times and get clips out of that.
Okay.
But shit's been gangbusters, bruh.
Yeah.
I love comedy so much. And the fact that I'm like, bruh, you're not a complete version of yourself until you're in your deathbed. Not retirement, because what the fuck is retirement?
Yeah.
You're not a complete version of yourself until you're in your deathbed. And even then, that's not complete, nigga. You just wrapped up this part of
That's
the
just
chapter.
the beginning.
Yeah.
We're just in the prologue right now.
Man. Comedy recap done, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go to another regular segment we do here every week. It's called Poll Results. Every Monday on my Instagram story feed, I post an interactive poll question. We also post it on the community tab on YouTube. We leave it up for a week for you guys to vote and leave your comments and discuss the results here every Wednesday. This week's poll question is Is anything off limits as material for stand-up comedy? The options were nothing, yes, for sure, only tragedies, and I'm not sure. And before we get to the results, how did you vote on this, Dante?
Knifing.
Hell no. Yeah, obviously I agree with that. I don't think anything is off limits,
Nothing's off limits in life.
including tragedies. But what I will say, there is a caveat, and my caveat is not that there are things that are off limits. I think skill level dictates what you're able to get away with. If you're a bum comedian,
Yeah.
and you go up there trying to tell some R-word jokes, or let's just say like a really terrible tragedy happens in the news, and then you go up there and you tell a really distasteful garbage joke that doesn't help anybody release any tension or laugh and make light of a situation in a positive way, because there's a finesse to comedy.
Yep.
You know, and if you're not a comedian, you don't know that finesse, and you're just gonna go up there and say whatever, or you might be a shock comedian or whatever. I still fight for the attempt to say whatever. Like Patrice, shout out to R.I.P. Patrice, went on Fox News and made that fucking whole argument. It's not the content that we're fighting for. It's the attempt to be able to say anything and try and make it funny.
Yeah.
Can't go against that at all. Helicopter just decides to fly over the studio right now, but that's fine. But yeah, I don't look at it as only tragedies or not. Like, bro, I think for me specifically, the best stuff to get across on stage, especially if you're going to touch on taboo subjects, is stuff that you relate to personally.
Yeah.
If you have a direct connection to the thing, then by all means, I think you'll get something great out of it. If you don't, you have a little more tightrope walking to do. You know what I mean? But still, by all means, if you're a good enough joke writer, anything can be funny.
Yeah.
Anything can be funny. And unfortunately, yes, even some of the tragedies that have affected you, maybe not you, maybe all of us, maybe some of us, like that's, especially in the context of a comedy club, if it's not an ambush comedy show where you're in a coffee, like a fucking cafe or whatever, and then you didn't know, you just went in to get your espresso and have your daily writing session on your MacBook, and then all of a sudden some guy goes up there and is like, and I R-worded 3 women on the way in here. He's like,
I didn't
"No."
even have a knife.
Yeah, you have anything you want to add to that?
Well, the reason I say nothing is because anything can happen in real life,
Yeah.
right? And therefore, someone's perspective is they look at it in a funny way, right? Like me personally, I see something and I always look at it in a funny way. If it happens to me,
Yeah.
bad shit happens to me all the time. Like I've almost died more times than I could count.
Yeah, of course.
I make jokes about it all the time.
Of course. Because you see that there is humor in tragedy also.
Yeah.
Like that's literally the opposite side of tragedy is
If you can make fun of something bad that happened to you,
Yeah.
and you can make light of it, it helps you through that particular situation.
But here's the thing that you do have to understand is that not everybody's like that. And I'm not saying you specifically, just in general, especially as a comedian.
yeah.
If you like, a lot of comedians are inept. They actually don't
What
work.
does that mean?
Inept means that they're devoid of any understanding of social constructs or how to behave,
Okay.
or they're actually not understanding of the fact that what they're saying is completely like
Yeah.
not even that it's not it's not funny. It's just
It's like, what are you doing?
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Even comedians will stop. Like, comedians usually won't get on a microphone and be like, "No, you shouldn't be doing that."
Yeah.
But comedians
Afterwards.
know. Good comedians especially. There's a reason you don't see the like. Okay, maybe I have to reel back what I'm saying. Because like Chappelle makes trans jokes and he gets called out for it, and like you're punching down and all this bullshit, whatever. But if you're actually really assessing those jokes, there's real points behind them. There's real sentiment behind them. There's obviously thought behind them. It's not like but there's comedians that have no understanding or concept of that.
Yep. I've seen them before.
Of course we have. Of course. But yeah, Once again, this week's poll question is anything off limits as material for stand-up? The options were nothing, yes for sure, only tragedies, and I'm not sure. And the Instagram results are 81% said nothing, 8% said yes for sure, 3% said only tragedies, and 8% said I'm not sure. I did get a few DMs.
I was gonna ask if you got any DMs on this one.
I did. Let me see if I can pull one up quick without it seeming. You want to pull up the YouTube results while I'm doing this?
Sure.
And there's many things that many people should never make jokes about. I'm a stay in your lane type person.
Sorry, I looked away. Say that again.
Someone messaged me. There's many things that many people should never make jokes about. I'm a stay in your lane type person, which what I brought up earlier is.
But they're
if
saying
you have a
that-
direct lineage to something horrific that you want to make light of, that makes sense. But also, I'm also open to people who have no connection to that thing.
Yeah.
Attempting to make a joke about it.
But that DM specifically says there are many things you shouldn't joke about.
No. There's many things that many people should never make jokes about. Which
Yes. So that's limiting.
of course,
Yeah.
Regardless of how, yeah, of course. But I'm taking this that this person is meaning. It's like unless you've directly dealt with a certain thing, like let's say a specific horror tragedy or whatever, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Then you shouldn't be talking about it. Is how I took that.
Okay.
But I'm against that. Bro, in the context of a comedy club, and that's the response I came out with.
Yeah.
I'm like, in the context of a comedy club, you guys bought a ticket to a comedy show. As long as it's not an ambush,
Yeah.
and also like, bro, there's a lot of man, the shitty comedians and the weirdos and the creeps that aren't actually comedians at heart, that go in just to be make shock type shit just for the sake of, without actually having a joke behind it. Like it ruins it for everybody else.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help, like, because they're just saying it for, like you said, the shock of it. It's not for the funny of it.
But here's an example. When David Lucas got in trouble, we talked about that.
Yeah.
When David Lucas had that George Floyd joke
Yeah.
that got him in a lot of trouble. And then he ended up going on an apology tour about it.
Yes.
But like, he shouldn't have apologized.
No.
In the context of a comedy club, he
He's
took
allowed
a
to say that.
risk.
Yeah.
But at the same time, now this is where I'm like, especially in today's climate, that old guard excuse of everything is fair game in comedy. Look, bro, I had to deal with this fucking realization in terms of social media. I hate social media. I wish it wasn't a thing, but it is a thing. We have progressed to such a point where I'm not going to say don't attempt to make the joke, but you have to know the risks at this stage in the game.
Yeah.
If you're going to say a certain type of thing and you're not sure if it's going to land or not, because if it lands, you're a hero. But if it doesn't land, you're David Lucas apologizing about it.
Yeah. Or think of it like this. You're on the top of the of a mountain. You could go down the green circle hill, you could go down the blue square hill, or you can go down the double black diamond.
I don't know what the fuck just happened there.
You when you go snowboarding or skiing,
Okay.
right? So like the green circle,
This don't ski?
I do.
All right.
It's you can go down the double black diamond. Doesn't mean you're gonna make it down alive. You can attempt it. Like it's
really just fucking made a ski reference as if like ain't anybody in the audience is gonna get that shit.
Hey, we have a lot of Canadians that watch us.
No, we have mostly Americans. Thank God. No, I'm
We have some
joking.
Canadian.
Oh, Canada.
All of them say it.
Our nice and racist land. Our prime minister does blackface. He was trying to be a brown man, but it was a dark shade, way darker than he meant. And now he claims to be for the gays, but what about all that racist shit he did? Anyways, fuck this place. Yeah, what were you saying?
You have the right to ski down that hill, whether you're good enough to make it down without breaking your legs or not.
Correct. So you got to know if you're good enough.
You got to know if you're good enough.
And that's where self-honesty comes in.
Yes.
And like checking yourself. Let's check the
Don't go ego skiing.
ego ski. Let's check the YouTube results here. Once again, is anything off limits as material for stand-up comedy? The
Pothead
YouTube
chimp.
results. 20 votes. Salute, shout outs, respect, love. Thank you to all the people that voted. You are continually getting more active on the poll questions here on the YouTube community tab, and I appreciate that so much. Once again, thank you to all the beautiful people that continue to subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, share any of the videos, and continue to engage with us and help us fight Mr. Algorithm. Love and respect to y'all. You too can be beautiful people. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button. The results. 65% of the people on YouTube said nothing. 15% said yes, for sure. 10% said only tragedies, and 10% said I'm not sure. We got some comments on YouTube. Let's see here. It's not the subject, it's the context. Nigga. It's not the subject, it's the context and the intent or tone. I agree with that. Anything is fair game, but how you deliver it and what your intent behind it, you got to be aware enough to understand you're telling it to a live audience.
Yeah.
So prepare for anything, especially in this day and age. Shout outs to Pothead Chimp. Love and respect. Homie from Austin, Texas. All about skill, baby. Yep. That's pretty much the same thing. That's what we've been saying.
You can ski down the mountain if you're good enough. If you're not,
But you might break a leg.
you might fuck up both your wrists.
It is UFC fight week. We're going to do a quick fucking rundown of UFC 304, ladies and gentlemen. But that was this week's poll results. Thank you for all the beautiful people that have been continuing to support and get active. Make sure you get active. New poll question every Monday on the community tab on YouTube and my story feed on Instagram. Check that shit out. Love you. Thank you. Let's wrap this episode up with a nice brief preview of UFC 304 live from Manchester. Leave it up, nigga. You're fucking up the goddamn
I was showing
screen.
you the location.
It's Manchester.
Where? Which stadium?
Yeah, from the O2 Arena. No, it's not. I'm wrong about that.
See, that's why I had to pull it up.
From Co-op Live? I didn't need that. All right. Live from Co-op Live Arena in Manchester, England. It's time. Don't let him bully your son versus I can't see. Bilal Muhammad versus I almost called him Kamaru Edwards. My brain. Leon Edwards, ladies and gentlemen. Leon Edwards, the champ, putting up the belt against probably the most hated man in UFC. Who's more hated? He's definitely top 3, right?
Ian Gary, people don't like.
Yep.
Patty Pimblett.
Patty,
He's getting
mixed
some,
reactions.
He's getting some hate.
He is definitely.
Yeah.
I'd say Bilal definitely up there though.
But Bilal doesn't deserve it.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
He's a great fighter. He reps the
Aljamain,
sport very well.
people hate
Aljamain.
Yeah.
Because he flaunted that belt like he did something to get it.
Yeah.
He got illegally hit. I don't know. It's just that. But he had some good defenses.
He's a great fighter.
All right. He's a good fighter.
He's the best. He's a champion.
Crazy.
Or he was.
Aljamain?
Aljamain was a champ.
Yeah, he's not the best.
He was the best. When you're the champ, you're the best.
Not when you win it like that, though.
But then
there's an asterisk. Okay, I will concede to that, but there's a huge asterisk.
But then he beat him again. Dominated.
Yeah, okay. It wasn't a dominant fight, though, was it?
I think it was.
Wasn't it almost split decision?
Nah. I think it was. He had him under control for most of the fight.
Yeah, I remember people were booing because he wasn't doing anything, but he held him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to this.
Let's go all the way down to the early prelims and pick one that you want to showcase here. Who's that? Oh, hello to I'm Sean O'Bannon. Hello there, I'm Sean O'Bannon from Ireland. I'm going to fight Ravena Olvera. She's from yes. I'm fighting Sean Spanish. I'm from Brazil. Yo, bro. Who's that? Like, who was that? I've never seen her before.
Who?
Shauna. Interesting. I don't know. That could just be a good photo. Anything you think on the early prelims that's worth?
Looking. This should be a pretty decent fight. RoboCop, he's a beastly guy.
You got to say the fight.
Christian Leroy Duncan versus Gregory Rodriguez. Should be a good fight.
Why do you think? Just styles?
Well, I don't even know this guy, to be honest. But I know this guy, and he comes to fight.
Okay.
So off that, should be a decent fight. I don't know anybody else.
Okay.
These are all UK guys. I know Modestus Bukauskas and Marcin Prochnio. This is the guy.
I will tell you one thing. I want to know more about Sean O'Bannon. What's the thing about Sean O'Bannon there is? What's their social media there? What's their training regimen like? I'm kind of out now. I wish
I should have done that. Don't meet your heroes.
Don't meet your heroes. That's so funny. That's a good photo. Whoever that photographer is, pay him more. All right, let's go to the prelims now. Let's go to the prelims. We're in the prelims here, we are. We got another Caelan Laglaran from Ireland, he is. He's facing Ramon Tavares. Nothing? None of these fights?
I mean, Molly
pique your
McCann, not really. This should be a pretty decent fight as well, but nothing
Say
crazy.
who?
Nathaniel Wood versus Daniel Pineda.
Just decent, though? Nothing?
Yeah.
Those odds are pretty.
Yeah.
Minus 485. Damn.
Yeah.
All right. So then just the main card?
Main card. This would be a... Ooh, banger alert. Banger alert.
Don't make me say it every fucking
I'm
fight.
gonna say it.
No, yeah.
I'm gonna say
you say you are.
Yeah, but you interrupted me that time. I was about to. Because I was... These are both good fights.
Yeah?
Arnold Allen versus Giga Chikadze, good fight.
Giga Jikadze.
Giga, yeah.
It's Giga Jikadze.
Yeah.
I'm Giga Jikadze. I'm going to fight Arnold Allen. I'm going to fight my own Arnold.
Yeah.
This is a good featherweight bout. I'm going to beat him up. I'm going to smash him into smithereens.
This guy's not a smasher, though.
I don't smash.
He's more of a kicker. He's known for the
I'm going to
Giga
kick
kick.
his lights out. I'm going to kick him in the temple.
Yeah.
Ah.
Arnold Allen, great all-around fighter.
Yeah?
Trains with Faraz
Yeah.
Sahabi. I know you don't know who that is.
Nope. Casual?
He's GSP's coach.
Oh, okay.
So he trains out in Montreal.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But he's repping the UK
Yeah. Well, he's from the UK.
with the Canadian skills, bruh.
You got to go to the best in the world. You know
Fair
what I'm saying?
Manil Cop.
Manel Comp. Your whole team is a bunch of...
Yo, that should be fun. Just to get him on the mic again.
Yeah. This guy, Mohammed Mokayev, he's teetering on the do the fans hate him or like him?
Yeah? Why? Is it just his attitude?
Well, because he wins, but he's also, as they call it on Reddit, he's a crotch sniffer. So he just like wrestles them and then they can't do anything about it.
Which to me, do something.
Exactly.
That's what you say.
And so the reason this is a good fight is because he's a really good, Manel Comp is a really good striker.
How's his defense, though? His ground game?
It doesn't matter against this guy. This guy's Dagestani.
Dai.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's got a V at the end of his name.
Mohammed Mokayev.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah. So he's got really good wrestling, not the best striking.
Manil Cop is a good fighter, though.
He's a great fighter. So that's why this is a
Odds are
banger.
pretty even. Just 20 points apart.
Grappler versus striker. That should be
You
great.
got to take me down.
Yeah.
You got to keep me down.
He can keep him down, I think.
Really? So he's not as Dagestani as we all think.
No, I think Muhammad could keep Manel Cop down.
Oh, okay. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's the next fight?
King Green versus Patty Pimblett.
Get Pimblett out of here, bro. I'm gonna fight King Green on him.
This should be a good fight. Another banger alert.
Yeah. They are both decent fighters.
Yeah.
Paddy Pimblett I am. That's back to the Irish. I don't know. I really got nothing for this. Where do you think this is gonna go, this fight?
I would like to see King Green win by knockout.
You would like to, but what do you see happening? Is that what you see happening?
Yeah.
By knockout?
Yeah.
Third round? Second round?
Maybe a TKO. Not a clean knockout, but not like TKO due to strikes.
Rest stoppage?
Yeah, maybe Patty gets like super bloodied up And then the ref's like, all right, we got to bring the doctor in. Doctor stoppage.
I'm going to fight all the way I am. I'm going to go. I'm going to do it. Oh, fuck.
And like people want to see
Patty.
Yeah, if you heard him speak, you would.
It's annoying.
It's not even annoying. It's like it's not even like legible.
Do back to the Irish. Okay, King Green, one of the few Americans on the fight card.
Yeah, we
And
got
then,
one more. This is a good fight.
Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blades.
Yes.
It's so weird that the interim belt is getting more used than the actual belt.
Yeah. Well, once
That's not
again,
right. That's
going
not
back
right.
to our earlier conversation before we started recording, some people got Dana White privilege.
John Jones.
Yes.
Yeah. Got the most Dana White privilege.
Yes.
He's the number one fighter, pound for pound of all time. My favorite fighter. He's the number one fighter.
I do agree.
I love John Jones. John Jones. Nobody better than John Jones. Everything John Jones.
I do agree that because Dana will say this, you lock any two guys in the room, John Jones is coming out. Like he'll say that.
Which is true.
Which is true. But then he also can't stay within the rules.
Let me ask. I still think he beats him too. You saw the suit, like the
No,
dream
but
match.
he
Did you see the dream match that's going around social media of John Jones Chama?
Yeah, he beats Chama, no problem.
I know, that's what I think too. Like,
Not
no
even a
problem.
problem.
Like no problem.
Doesn't even sweat.
Isn't that fucked up?
No.
Damn. All right, Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blades. Who you got?
Curtis Blades.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I want Curtis to win. I'm biased,
All right.
but I think he's a better wrestler than Tom Aspinall.
Okay.
And they already fought before.
And Blades won?
Yeah, but
Handily?
Tom Aspinall blew his knee out.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what happened the first time.
I see Blades all the time, but he just doesn't do anything to stand out to me that I don't retain any knowledge about him.
You know, he beat Jailton.
All right.
You remember Jailton?
Yeah, Jailton?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this nigga's name is Jailton.
Yeah. Knocked him out.
I don't know. So you got Curtis Blades.
Yeah.
Distance?
Ooh. If Curtis Blades comes out and he's mean,
Yeah.
he will smash Aspinall. If not, Aspinall might get the submission or knockout. But yeah,
Okay.
because Aspinall I think is a way better striker and he's a lot faster.
Okay.
But Curtis Blades is wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't think Aspinall's on that level. But Aspinall probably has better jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu. And then that brings us to the main event of the evening. This man is a look-see-loo fighter. Fuck it. This is Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad for the welterweight title. The odds, 218. Minus 218 for Leon Edwards, plus 180 for Bilal. Damn, bro. Like, I think this will be a good fight.
Same.
Do you think it goes to the ground?
Yes.
Who has the advantage?
See, this is hard because you would have thought Usman had the advantage and he could barely take down Leon. And I think Usman's a better wrestler than Bilal. But Bilal has been training with Khabib a lot. So they probably have some new tricks
Interesting.
up their sleeve. But
Is he going to be in his corner?
he probably won't be in the corner because Khabib says like he doesn't like to be in the corner because it takes away from the athlete's shine because he's so popular.
He only does Islam.
And he barely does Islam.
True. He was last fight.
That was the what
High
about the other
profile
like
fight.
three other fights?
No, true. But it was a high profile fight
Yeah,
too.
it was Dustin Poirier. He needs to be there.
Imagine he wasn't there.
I think
With that fight. Who told him to do the spin?
His own brain told him to do that.
Fair enough. All right. I don't want to get away from this fight, but Leon retain?
Yeah,
Decision?
probably close. Close decision, but yeah.
Seems like Leon wants to finish this.
Of course he does.
Especially since Bilal went ahead and fucking said, I'm going to take it to a decision and beat you by decision or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, why the fuck is you fantasize about winning by decision?
Because that's part of the meme. He's leaning into the troll.
Yeah, but no, he said that before and then became a meme.
No, he's been saying that.
Like, really?
People have been calling him a decision machine for the longest time.
The decision machine.
Yeah, like they said, what do they say? Like Bilal Muhammad's the only person to win by pure boredom or something like that. But yeah, that should be a good fight. Bilal Muhammad's a great fighter.
He is, man.
He's top tier, but
He does have a chance.
he does have a chance.
Yeah, like
If he knocks him out, that's crazy. But I got.
you think a better chance that he submits him than knocks him out? What is a higher chance of happening?
better chance of him outworking him and beating by decision. Because Leon's not going to throw 100 strikes per round. But he'll hit you very hard, maybe 30 times.
And he will defend your shit.
And he will stop the takedowns.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. But
Don't let him bully your son.
Bilal has the cardio to keep trying, And
Yeah.
when you're more efficient at going at the takedowns than the guy who's defending it, the guy that's defending is going to get tired over the rounds. But we saw, even if he's tired, like against Kamaru, who's, I would say, arguably better at taking people down,
Yeah.
he still got kicked in the head in the 5th round. And then in the second fight, he couldn't take him down.
Fair enough.
And Leon took him down. Which is crazy because Usman has a very high takedown defense. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Leon go for a takedown and choke him out because that's part of his game.
True.
So,
All right. That's UFC 304, ladies and gentlemen. That is our preview of the fights. I hope you enjoy the event yourselves. Get together with some friends, enjoy some fights, and take your mind off the absurdity of the real world, which we will be back to discuss once again next week. But this brings us to the end of Black Zeus the Podcast, Season 5, Episode 26. Before we get out of here, Dante, you want to say anything? And where can the people find you?
every episode, I feel like I have less and less to say at the end, which is so funny. Like, I'm like, oh, well, do I have anything to say? Oh. Stay on the path if you're staying on the path. If not, step aside.
Where can the people find you?
You can find me online on Instagram at Dante, CheZDANTE. Follow your boy.
Follow your boy. I'm AKA Black Zeus on all social media. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Do anything that helps us fight Mr. Algorithm. Check out the Patreon. We will be releasing the comedy special for free on YouTube once we hit 1,000 subscribers. You can also just support by paying 10 Canadian dollars, which is 8 American cents, on the Patreon store to get that early. New interviews being released every Monday, as well as new poll questions going up every Monday on Instagram and YouTube. Podcast every Wednesday. Comedy clips and other interview clips and all other types of behind the scenes all throughout the week. Black Zeus' show coming very, very soon within the next few weeks here. Very excited about all the new shit that we are bringing to you that is all comedy related. If you are a fan of comedy, then this is the right place for you. This is a comedy channel run by comedians for real comedy fans. I am Black Zeus. This has been Black Zeus, the podcast, season 5, episode 26. We will see you back next week. Till then, peace, peace.
This is Black Zeus, the podcast, season 5.
I love y'all. Thank you for supporting. Once again, the Patreon is launched. If you do want to watch my comedy special right now, you can do so. It's only $10, and you can get it as part of the subscription fee. So, like, if you subscribe to the Patreon, you can get it that way, or you can just buy it outright for $10 that way. Once again, for transparency, I will release the comedy special for free on the YouTube once we hit 1,000 subscribers. So you can also just hit the subscriber button and just do that. You can support that way, whichever way you want to support. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that. I don't necessarily use it the way everybody else does, but I'm there if you want to find me. AKA Black Zeus is the person to find on those platforms.